What's up, public? Welcome back to another video, and we are back with talking about Liverpool FC this time around, and we've got a special guest this time. Man, how are you doing, man?
I'm fine, Bhaiya. How are you? Obviously,
I'm doing fine.
Liverpool
Yeah,
wise, I'm not doing quite well. The results haven't been up to par after spending all that money.
you guys have come back with latest win against Frankfurt, a 5-1 victory, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that win, and it's not been a very um calming win, I would say. It is a statement victory though. 5-1 win is a huge win, and I think so that would give you guys some confidence. But take me through this game, Kamal. What were your thoughts? Because you guys went down 1 goal first, right? And then you guys came back for a 5 goal thumping against Frankfurt, and it was expected for you guys to win. But the thing here is, does this win give you and the entire fan base a spark of confidence? Because you guys have been losing confidence, whereas us, as you know, the as a neutral fans or other fans, we want you guys to get that confidence back so that you can slap the hell out of Arsenal and get back to the tabletop. What's happening, Kamal?
So talking about the Frankfurt game, yeah, the scoreline says a different story. But going into the game, I was not too confident. I'll be honest because I saw Frankfurt play against Spurs last year in
Yeah.
the Europa League knockouts. All those Spurs were not as good as we were, and but Spurs ended up winning the Europa League. And Frankfurt had Ekatike and so many other players. I was not confident going into the game, and the fact that it was an away game made it more difficult for us. But I was happy with the win. I was happy with the overall performance in general. I thought we defended well, except for that goal that we conceded. And going forward as well, other than the first half, even though we were like 3-1 up, I wasn't convinced with our attacking performance. But in the second half, I was very convinced with what I saw. Uh, we can improve some areas, like we can improve our defending in set pieces. Yesterday as well, like we defended the set pieces well, but there was always a fear that we are gonna concede a set piece or we're gonna concede from a throw in or something. But the centre backs, both of them, Konate and Van Dijk, both of them did really well. Unfortunate for Frimpong, he's injured again. I thought Bradley and Robertson played really well. I thought Wirtz was incredible in that free. He was given more of a free role yesterday, so that worked wonders for him. And I thought Curtis Jones was excellent. He filled the void of Gravenberch really well. And Soboslai has been our best player of this season so far, and he showed it once again why. And Isaac, Isaac was obviously carrying an injury, and Ekitike was pretty good. I thought Chiesa played well as well, even though he couldn't get a goal contribution. Gakpo has the favor of the manager, so obviously he played well. 3 goals in 3 games now, although the results haven't been good. But yesterday's win was obviously a good one. We are confident now going into Brentford. Hopefully, we can get a win. Although I'm not too sure because Brentford have too many ex-Liverpool players. They might want to show their former club what they're made of. So yeah, looking forward to the game on Saturday. I'm very convinced of the win yesterday.
No, no, fair enough. I think so. It was a statement victory, man, and I think so. This was required from Liverpool players as well, because it's not easy to have 3 games, 4 games losses in a row, and spending so much. Of course, we'll come to the spending part later, but bouncing back and giving a statement victory is very important after having a chain of like 3, 4, 5 losses in a row, because confidence gets shattered, man. As much as you'd like to think of getting back into the winning race, confidence does get shattered. And just by a win, like, just imagine you guys winning 1-0 or 2-1, you still would be scratching your head. You might be saying that, what's happening, man? Am I confident enough? Maybe not, because Premier League is a different gravy. Anything can happen there, right? But at the end, and at the end of the day, it was a statement victory. When you guys conceded the first goal, I thought, man, you guys are gone. You guys are done out here. Champions League is also gone out of the scale, but somewhere down the line, you guys just bounced back, and I think so. It was kind of written because Frankfurt and Liverpool, there are levels to it, man. As much as I'd like to talk about it, but yeah, man. What more do you think? Let's deep dive into that game a bit more, and I'd like to ask you one more before going back to the Premier League days where you guys are struggling a lot bit more. This win, yeah, we talk about tactics and we talk about the way Arne Slot is playing. Uh, a lot of Liverpool fans are not happy with him. Have started, raising questions, raising fingers on Arne Slot. What is he doing? Salah's not been performing well. He's been in my FPL and he's like a curse. You know what I mean? I want to get him out, but an FPL without a Salah is like it looks very incomplete. So I'm still waiting. But then, look, at the end of the day, coming back to the tactics point, Arne Slot, of course, it's very difficult to play a Liverpool side who has so many strong individual players, right? And it's difficult to get through those individual brilliance. That's what Liverpool possesses, and I think so. That's what took a toll on Frankfurt, right? And the second half, especially, that's what I believe, and then that's how Liverpool got the edge of Frankfurt, and not just the edge, but they dominated Frankfurt. But at the end of the day, when coming back to Premier League, man, it's not easy. Any team can beat any team, right? You know that very well. But talking about how Arne Slot played last game, right, against Frankfurt, do you think so that tactics is gonna carry forward and transcend to the Brentford game and further matches of Premier League? Because seems like you guys have been found out in the Premier League, not just by the hands of United, but by the hands of Chelsea, by the hands of Crystal Palace, right? And things are looking a bit tough. It seems like there are a lot of things which were not working out. Of course, we'll deep dive into that, but especially about how the way Klopp, Arne Slot played, somewhat resembled to what Klopp was trying to do back in the days. Uh, do you think so that will transcend into the later games, or are you still worried that Arne Slot needs to work it out tactically?
I think he's still figuring it out. I don't think yesterday's game meant so much in terms of tactics because the individual quality was just too much.
Yeah,
In the Premier League and the post-match conference that Arne Slot gave after the Frankfurt game was really worrying for me. What he basically said was like, what when people asked what was the difference between the Premier League games and the game versus Frankfurt, he told that uh, Premier League opponents, the ball stayed in the air for long times of game, so we couldn't press them. The ball stayed in ground for such a long period of time in this Champions League game, so we pressed them and we attacked them. So that's really worrying for me. What are you doing?
bro.
So
What's up with these Liverpool managers trying to blame the nature and everything? Klopp used to blame the
yeah,
grass, the size of the grass, the ball, the design of the ball, the air, the wind. This guy coming up blaming everything else seems similar to this. What's happening?
yeah. No Premier League team is gonna play in the ground versus us unless it's Man City or Arsenal. Even Arsenal
Yeah,
don't do that. If I'm being
yeah,
honest, Arsenal
yeah,
don't do that. If it's Man City or Chelsea did that. Chelsea didn't. Chelsea are sometimes in some games I feel like they're so good in set pieces. Other times I don't feel they're that good in set pieces.
yeah, yeah,
So they played to their strengths. I thought they played really well against us. So these are so like almost 15 out of 20 teams are going to play in the air against us. So
yeah.
how are you going to address that? Are you going to pack your midfield? Are you going to get these physical players in your team? So
Hmm.
it's really concerning. I know that Brentford are going to attack us in the air, long throw-ins, long balls, set pieces. That's what Brentford are known for, and they play a three back. So obviously they're going to do that. So
Yeah,
I think he still needs to figure out these things. The formation wise, he did change it up yesterday, 4-4-2. Gakpo played as a left midfielder and two strikers, Ekitike and Isak played. Ekitike was more of a link up striker,
yeah,
and Isak was a proper hold up and target man. And the Everts played on the right. and he had more of a free roaming role. Once I found him at left back, and other times I found him at the right, left. He was just moving around. So Vosloy
Yeah.
and Curtis were the pivots. They played really well. And the wing backs, Robertson played well. Robertson played like more of a fullback. He wouldn't bomb forward as much. He would hold his line, protect the left back area. Whereas
Hmm.
Frimpong or Bradley later in the game, they went forward and they tried to attack. And the two centre backs played well. And the goalkeeper as well, he seemed a bit shaky. I thought he had a really good game versus Chelsea, but
Hmm.
against United, I he did have some shaky moments. I was not too confident about his distribution. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
international break, the sickness after the international break. But yesterday, I thought he was really good. The first goal was well taken by the right back.
Hmm.
Otherwise, that's about the tactical side of things. I still think the tactics are work in progress, and I still don't think we are ready to face Man City or Arsenal or, for the matter of fact, even Chelsea. But these
Yeah.
people showed it in the previous game that we're not ready to face United as well. So that's really concerning.
Now
Because
let's transcend this conversation to United, just like you mentioned, and it seems like it's more of a tactical problem, and Arne Slot not being able to figure it out, or maybe being caught, right? Bro, the run of bad games that you had, the run of losses that you had, is really mind-boggling. I've not seen Liverpool in this poor run for a long, long time, and it's not ended yet. By the way, you guys have won in the Champions League, no doubt. You still have a game to play against Brentford, and don't count Brentford out. You cannot
I
count
won't.
Brentford out, and it's not in Anfield, so you guys might be biting your fingernails on that, right? So anything can happen, man. And look, the way you guys have played in the Premier League is, come on, hear me out, yeah. Right from the beginning of this season, you guys, it's been mere one or two games that you guys have been really convincing. Rest all the games that you have won has been by near or mere one margin, or just one course of play that you've managed to score, right? And how many games that you've managed to score in the last 10 minutes of the game? I think so. It's some record that you
Every
made.
game,
Every
every game.
game you made, yeah, every game you scored in the last 10 final 10 minutes, and you guys were literally poor the entire game. Just somehow, some way, managed to edge the game away. Initially, I was on the record. I was in multiple shows, and this is what I said, that this is what the quality of champions are. Probably they just know how to sneak a win. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe people were wrong. Maybe there was a flaw, a huge crater, but which now is getting exposed more and more. And maybe all those wins initially was just looking like a touch of luck, and which just ran out against Crystal Palace. And since then, you guys are just like lackluster and are getting exposed time and time again. Um, Kamal, take me through what's gone wrong, because it's not easy, man. We'll come to the expense part later, but it's not easy for a club to spend much. Chelsea fan, ask me, I'll tell you this answer better, right? Spend so much, and then seems like things are not turning out. Your players are not turning out to be the way you thought they would turn out, right? Uh, it seems like your star players who are already there, like your spine, they're giving up. There are memes all over social media on Van Dijk, right? He's been like a joker. He's been portrayed like a joker for probably almost all the games, almost all the games, right? Um, and your attackers are not clicking. Your midfield is looking shambolic. Words is he's still goalless, assistless, probably, I guess, as well, right? Um, it's looking poor in terms of your overall structure, and what Liverpool should have carried forward from the champion stag from the last season. Come on, what in the blue hell is going on with your club, man?
What is going on is Arne Slot is picking the lineup based on FC26 rating. That's what's going on. Pick Our two good attackers of the season are undoubtedly Chiesa and Ekitike. He doesn't
Yeah,
pick them for the United game. Chiesa doesn't even have international duty and he doesn't pick him. He's picked Gakpo, Isak, and Salah. Salah has
yeah,
been poor this season. I know he's done everything, but you need to criticize the man where criticism is required. I don't ask people to go and abuse him in social media, go and threaten him. I just uh, I ask people to give constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And he hasn't played well, and he deserves to be benched, and he got benched in the Frankfurt game. So
Right.
I think that Arne Slot has been picking his favorites all along because in the United game as well, he started McAllister.
Yeah.
McAllister has not at all been fit. He doesn't look match fit at all to me, and
Yeah.
he's benched to someone like Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones yesterday was incredible, and even in the United game, he was incredible. He wanted the ball. He had so much energy. He wanted to drive forward.
Hmm.
These French players have more energy, and I feel like they're not getting rewarded. That's what I feel is going on. He's more focused on the star signings. Uh, the left back situation is a big thing as well now. He's always playing Kirkes in big games, and he's not trusting Robertson. How can you not trust Robertson? He's been incredible this season defensively. Going
Yeah.
forward, obviously, you would expect him to slow down. He's 30, 31 or 32 now.
Yeah.
He's old, obviously. But right now, the first priority is to get that defense sorted. And he's still playing Kirkes.
Hmm.
He doesn't know how to use Kirkes. When Robertson plays, he asks the left back to hold one place around and the right back to bomb forward. But when Kirkes plays, Kirkes is like a headless chicken. He doesn't know when to attack. He doesn't know when to defend. Sometimes he's in the halfway line when the goal is conceded. So these are the things that are happening. Uh, Coming to the United game, the first goal shouldn't have counted. There is some rule that when the player goes down with a head injury, the goal shouldn't count.
Yeah.
I saw many YouTubers tell that as well. Even United fans told that. But it's just one goal. We have the firepower to score four or five.
Yeah.
Compare the
True.
attack of Liverpool to United. Federico Chiesa is on the bench. Ekitike is on the bench, and
Yes.
uh, and the second goal was just a set piece. You know what? Like what Arne Slot does is when we are one goal down, and as the game reaches the 20, like when there are 20 more minutes to go, he subs out every midfielder and brings on attacking midfielders or wingers. He subbed out Bradley and brought on Curtis Jones, and he subbed out Gravenberch and bought Wirtz. Basically what we had was a 4-2-4, and
Yeah.
these people are not tall. Only Konate and Van Dijk are tall. Others are not at all tall. So
Yeah.
obviously teams attack us with the set pieces, long throw-ins, and all that. Crystal Palace did that. That was a throw, and Nketiah was left on the far post. There was no one marking him because there was no right back. Frimpong was playing right wing, and it was basically like one centre back, and Gravenberch was playing as another centre back. So these
Yeah.
are things that he needs to sort out. I've seen managers who held their structure and still win the games. Like Chelsea did that last season versus Fulham, the
Hmm.
turning point of your season. Tyreek
Yeah.
George and Pedro Neto.
Right.
Uh, You can sub in one attacker and make it like a 4-2-4 or with four proper defenders. But you can't be having Soboslai playing right back in a four-man defense that's with no midfield, with no defensive midfielder. So these are some things that you need to improve. It worked out
Hmm.
last season. It worked out last season because the players were clicking. The attacks, most of the attacks that we initialized were ending in a goal or ending in a dangerous chance like a corner or something. But this season, the attack is not clicking. So you need to get the defense sorted and
Yeah.
build from the, like, we need to start building from the back. First, he needs to get the defense sorted and then the midfield. I think he's
Right.
found out a solution for the midfield. I think he will play Curtis Jones in the next game because I don't think Gravenberch is fit. He might
Yeah.
go Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz again. So I think he's found the midfield solution. But I tried by at defense as well. I hope he doesn't play Kirkes. Like Kirkes is young. He's only 21. He has a
Yeah.
lot to learn,
Right.
and who better to learn than Robertson? Like if he
Yeah.
sits on the bench, he'll think to himself that look at how Robertson plays. I need to play like that, something like that. That will give
Right.
him extra motivation to do well. But every Premier League game he starts, so that's worrying. I feel like he's picking his favorites. Gakpo is an undisputed starter as well. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but the thing with Gakpo is he can have a really bad game and still end up with a goal. So he has
correct.
that scoring ability
Yeah,
which Salah used to have.
he's hit
Uh,
the post so many times in the last game against United as well.
yeah, we should have scored a lot against United. Like
Yeah,
he hit the post two times, and I think Isak had a really good chance.
yeah,
Uh, we did have chances in the United game which we should have capitalized. And Mo
right.
Salah, like I don't know what's going on. Like even in the Chelsea game, I think Wirtz played the ball to Mo Salah two or three times, and the Mo Salah from last season would have finished those chances.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with Mo Salah. Whether you can't be washed, it's something like you can't be washed in one season. You can't be finished from one season. Like you can't have a 50 GA season and come down like this. So I think it's something to do with Jota, obviously. So that is the reason as well. I'm not giving excuses, but you never know. Like, these people
you know what I
may.
think about Salah is though, but I think that it's more about Arne Slot changing the entire approach, or the mindset of the team. Last season around, just think about this from this perspective, yeah. And this is highly unlikely of what Liverpool is, and at least what I know of Liverpool, yeah. And your older coach, Jurgen Klopp, the great Jurgen Klopp, that whatever he's tried to build with minimal spent in the transfer market, right? He whatever he's spent, whatever he's done, I think so huge kudos, and I respect him to that, right? Jurgen Klopp is one of the best that I've seen. With whatever team he's got, he's built diamonds out of that, right? And that's why people, I think so, respect him. Okay, the entire narrative has changed now, Kamal. Now, no one in the Liverpool fan base, as a player, ex-player, that stupid idiot Jamie Carragher sitting on the studios, right? And your ex-coach as well, Jurgen Klopp, can come out and say that we don't spend, because you guys have broken the British record twice in a single window, right? Twice in a single window. This is something which Man City did not do. This is something which Chelsea did not do, right? And we are the two clubs that everybody talks about, the most spoiled clubs. We're spoiling football, ruining football, so on and so forth. But did we break the transfer record two times in a row in a single season? No, absolutely not, right? Liverpool Football Club has done it. Now, come on, hear me out. If this was something which someone like a Newcastle United would have done, I would have understood. Why? Their owner is the richest football owner in the entire world. The consortium is the richest owner, right? They do not run the way they are. I mean, they should have been, or probably which should bring them into the limelight in terms of spending, right? Man City have not done that. If Man City would have done that, we would have definitely understood this, right? Even if someone like a Man United would have done that, I would have understood why. New owners, they get the leverage to spend a bit more, probably shuffle the entire squad. Instead, they've gone the entire reverse route. They've become a miser, cutting off all the wages and doing all those madness that they've been doing, right? Probably they have their own thought process, correct thought process behind that is fine. But someone like a Liverpool Football Club, who is never known to spend that much, forget about breaking the British record twice, not even once, even nearing that 100 million range, they won't do that. They would think like 100 times. Come Arne Slot here, he's won the Premier League. He's won the Premier League, mind you. He's won the Premier League last season, and kudos to him. What a brilliant season he is. Kamal, last season you had an entire spine along with your team intact. You had the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold. You guys, despite him leaving, probably now it makes more sense, right? It's fruiting now. Why do you guys wanted him to stay? You guys had Van Dijk, who's still there. You guys had Allison, who's at his prime now. It's a bit up and down, right? Salah was on his prime, of course. Jota, rest in peace to him. You guys had Luis Diaz, who's not anymore. He's with Bayern, cooking with Bayern. But you had some of these guys who are your spine, right? Now there are some guys who are still there in the team who are your spine. You still have Van Dijk. You still have the likes of Mohamed Salah, right? You still have the likes of McAllister. And what you guys did is the players who went out, you went to the transfer market and you went big. You came up with strongest players there is to buy in from the market. And I don't think so anybody would point fingers on you guys or your coach or your management for the players that you've bought in, right? Probably maybe just the money factor, but the quality of the players are there, right? Now here is the narrative change with which Arne Slot bought in. Buy in players who are expensive, right? Make the team expensive or at least bring in quality. No compromise in quality. Understood. But Salah is not more, no more your main man. It's got to be someone like a Florian Wirtz who's struggling. It has to be someone like an Isaac who's struggling. The reason why, and this is my perspective, yeah, Kamal, and of course you'll have your thoughts on it as well. The time when you had a cohesive approach of playing style, right? That gegenpressing, that Jurgen Klopp gegenpressing style. You had Salah, who was the like a trump card in your team, right? Who could do everything, who could create, who could go attack, who could also come back in defense to help sometimes whenever needed, right? He was your trump card, and he was given that freedom to do that. Under Arne Slot, this is what I think, he's not been given the freedom to do that. I think so. He's been trying to play in, or he's been given such a responsibility, which is something way out of his box, which is making Mohamed Salah uncomfortable at this point of time, which deducts a lot of goals from your goal tally, and which has until now, and it will going forward, right? And deducting goals out of Mohamed Salah's pocket is deducting goals out of Liverpool Football Club, is deducting points out of Liverpool Football Club, and this is what is happening, right? And you would say now, you would argue now, is Mohamed Salah the only guy? No, Florian was is there to help him out, but is he helping out? No, he's not. Not to the fullest, not to the way you guys wanted, right? Not 140 million pound of a guy, not like that, right? He's, I don't know what kind of help he's doing at the moment, but he's, to me, he's failed miserably, Kamal, right? And I've met with a lot of Liverpool creators, Kamal, in the past half a year, and the time you guys had signed Florian Wirtz, right? I had asked this question, you guys might be very happy on signing this. What if this guy fails? And you know what the response I'd get? Don't jinx it. And this somewhere down the line, it has become a reality right now. Kamal, for me, if you're asked from a neutral fan perspective, I think so. It's the approach that Arne Slot has changed after winning the title-winning season, not just by bringing in those quality players, but the spine that you had. I think so. He's trying to tweak that in and bring in players and trying to make a different cohesion with those new players, which is not working out at the moment. What's your thoughts?
So about the spending, what I'll tell is uh, we sold a lot of players as well. First up, like we sold Darwin Nunes, so he needed replacing. I think striker to striker that would have been Isak, and for Diogo Jota, rest in peace, we replaced him with Ekatike,
Yeah,
and we actually didn't replace Luis Diaz. That is what's making our attack a bit shaky, if I'm right to say that, because Luis Diaz was not a goal scoring winger. He was like a proper winger. He'd take players on, he'd track back, he'd put effort. Even in Bayern Munich, he's doing that. He's not their main man, but he would track back. He'd do anything for the team. He'd take players on. We are missing those type of wingers now. Mohamed Salah can't take players on right now. So and Mohamed Salah as well. Like uh, we're not getting the ball to him as much as we would last season. Last
there you
season,
go. Yeah,
our
that's great.
only attack, yeah, our only attacking output was Mohamed Salah. Him
Yeah.
crossing the ball into the box or cutting in and taking a shot. That was our only chance of scoring a goal. But this season, I don't know what has happened. Uh, Sometimes Mohamed Salah himself is being put into the situations like in the box to score a goal, but he is not able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to Florian Wirtz, I don't think he's been an outright flop. I you'd hear many Liverpool fans saying that. I think he has had games where he was playing alone. The Galatasaray game in the Champions League, I thought he was incredible. He created so many chances, but no one capitalized. There was no one to capitalize. And even in the Chelsea game as well, I mean, you would remember that there were 2 3 moments for Mo Salah where he could have scored, and those balls came from Florian Wirtz. Have
Yeah.
there been have there been games where Florian Wirtz could have done better? Yeah, obviously. The Arsenal game was bad. The Newcastle game, I thought he got bullied, which is expected because Bruno Guimaraes, Joel Linton, and Tonali. Obviously, Florian Wirtz is not going to compete against those guys.
Yeah.
I feel that where I stand with Florian Wirtz is I think he will come good. He is going through a difficult time. I think he will come good. The
Yeah.
signings that I'm worried about are two, uh, Kirkes and Frimpong. These two fullbacks worry me a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
what Frimpong is. I don't know whether he's a right back, right winger. I don't see a role for him in the team, if I'm being honest. In a fully fit team, I don't see a role for him. I think
Yeah.
Bradley is better than him at right back, and at right wing, I think Salah is better than him. And
Hmm.
Kirkes, I don't know what he is good at. Like he doesn't have explosive pace, and going forward, he's not been good at all this season. Sometimes I don't know, I feel like something is hindering him. Like last season for Bournemouth, he used to make those underlapping and overlapping runs, get in the box sometimes, hug
Yeah.
the touchline and those things. But this season, I'm seeing him in the halfway line majority of the time. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Ekatike, I think he's hit the ground running. I think
Right.
he's one of the signings that worked out really well. And
Mm-hmm.
coming to Isak, I don't think he's fully fit. I still don't think he's fully fit. He got injured again yesterday. So there is something that will it be like a Federico Chiesa signing? Like the player didn't have a preseason, comes in and he
Yeah.
looks rusty, doesn't get enough opportunities. Because if this goes on and Ekitike is continuously scoring, our front two, like if we play 4-4-2, our front two might be Chiesa and Ekitike or Salah and Ekitike. I don't know what is going to happen with Isak. I'm worried for him. Hopefully he comes back fit, whatever the injury he is. I think we
Mm-hmm.
did rush him a little bit. I think we did rush him a little bit. He
Yeah.
made his debut against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. He started the game, which I thought was unnecessary because Ekitike was in some good form, and why would you start a player that's not fully fit? He should have
Yeah.
played the Carabao Cup games and should have got 10 minutes, not starting games. Why don't you play Chiesa instead? The guy
Right.
is playing really well. He's won Liverpool Player of the Month last for September, and he's
Yeah.
played like 174 minutes out of the total 540. So,
Yep.
and he's a Euros winner. He has carried Italy. It's not like he's unproven. He has proven quality, and he's played really well this season.
Yeah.
So this favoritism, along with the new signings settling in, not replacing players like Diaz or uh, 66. I don't want to say his name. 66 at right back. So like 66 wasn't like a Frimpong type right back. He was not a wing back. He used to sit deep and spray balls to Salah, distribute the balls. So Frimpong is not really that. That's why so Wasla play a lot of so Wasla play at right back for a lot of the season, which I think isn't a good idea because he's a midfielder and he's been incredible at midfield this season. So these are the issues that I feel Arne Slot needs to address. Right now, I'm not too optimistic that he might address it really soon. It might take a few games.
No, fair enough, man. I think so. I understand that. Luckily, you guys got some good games initially. I mean, wins. You just edged
Yeah.
some victories, and I think so that is helping you out to keep up with the conversation of trying to go neck and neck with Arsenal. But it's looking shaky, man. I'm not lying, and I understand when Liverpool fans come out and say that we're not confident. The thing that people don't understand is it's not that you guys are not confident um, because you guys didn't spend or probably should have spent less or more. It's not about the spending, it's about the way you guys are playing. And I would also not be confident if I was in your place, because the way you guys have been playing and the way Arsenal has been playing, are trying to keep up with that number one position. It's very different this time around. Very different. It's like you guys are catching up right now, and it's gonna be difficult going forward, man. Kamal, I think so. Look, at the end of the day, wins are important, and if you don't rack up wins, it's difficult, man.
Yeah.
Last season around, I remember that the games that you were supposed to lose were the games you managed somehow to draw, and the games that you were surely not the best team on the day, you somehow managed to sneak a win out of a draw. That's what happened most of the parts last season. This season around, you did that plenty of times in the beginning phase of the season, and that was happening like every game, and you thought, like, everybody was thinking, like, what's going on? Is this going to be the story of the entire season, like Liverpool's gonna sneak the victory in? But somewhere, somehow down the line, you guys got caught, and things are getting derailed at the moment. But yeah, good victory for you guys, I guess, for in the Champions League against Frankfurt, and maybe this is the way you guys will come back up. Your next game is against Brentford. um
Yeah.
Kamal, give me your starting lineup, and just very quickly tell me the approach that you're gonna have to go in this game. Keep in mind, you lost last, what, 3 games, 3 Premier League games in a row. This is going to be your fourth one. Give me your thoughts. How will your approach be in this game if you were the
Uh,
manager?
I would try to keep the ball as much as possible. We are obviously gonna have as much as the ball, and I would pack the midfield. I wouldn't want to get counter attacked against Brentford at all. I would
Hmm.
pack the midfield. I wouldn't, and I would play defensive fullback.
Yeah.
I don't care about the overlaps. I don't care about the overlaps. I would rather play like a midfield four with one defensive midfielder and three attacking midfielders rather than playing wing backs, like attacking fullbacks. I don't want that. I want to play defensive fullbacks for this game. So I would go with the 4-4-2 classic
Hmm.
English formation. Mamad Dashvili in goal, Van Dijk and Konate as centre backs, Robertson and Bradley as full backs. And for the winger positions, Gakpo on the left, and I would go with Wirtz on the right. I thought he did that free roaming role really well. And
Yeah.
I would go to the midfield of Soboslai and Curtis Jones. I think that's a good
Hmm.
midfield.
Yeah.
Uh, and for the attack, I'm confused right now because Isak's not really fit and he's injured as well. I
Hmm.
would personally go with Ekatike and Chiesa, but I don't think Chiesa is going to start.
Right.
So when I talked about packing the midfield, I didn't mean like throwing physical players in. This midfield four, like Gakpo, uh, Wirtz, and Gakpo, Wirtz, Sobosla, and Jones. I think this is a good midfield when
Yeah.
you're going to a team like Brentford, because I've I've set up a very defensive defense line, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
the wing backs really bomb forward and they're good defensively. So I might need a bit of creativity from my midfield. I think
Yeah.
Soboslai brings that energy up and down. Curtis Jones, I thought, did really well, and an English
Yeah.
lad as well. So he'd understand the Premier League really well. I would
Yeah.
have Ekitike as a box striker, like you stay in the box, and Chiesa to link up a bit more, drop into the midfield, collect the ball, or they can interchange. Ekitike and
Yeah.
Chiesa can interchange those roles. So this is what I would go up with, and tactically, defensively, I would go with a 4-4-2, and
Hmm.
attacking wise, it might go to a 4-2-4 because
Yeah.
we need that extra creativity against Brentford. And one thing that I'm unsure of is to defend long throws. You guys
Oh
struggled against
my
that as
days.
well.
Believe me, that's
That
gonna
was,
be a pain in the backside, man.
yeah, that is why I'm
Moreover, you
playing.
guys are not doing very well with set pieces, though. So that's a very interesting factor in the game. If you guys would succumb to some long throws and set pieces. Yeah, but carry on.
That is why I'm playing Robertson there. We need that experience in these games.
Yes.
Organization of the back line. With an inexperienced, like Mohammad Dashvili is not inexperienced, but he's new to the Premier League and he's new to Liverpool as well. So
Yeah.
so it's a bit of a shaky thing. I don't know what to go for. So I'm going for a safe 1-1 draw. I'm not too
Wow.
confident.
Wow. Even after that 5-1 win, you're coming up and saying a 1-1 draw. That is crazy, man.
A 5-1 win means nothing to me if I'm being honest. Like they try to press us. They try to show that we are dominant. We can attack you and get some goals. Obviously, you're not gonna attack us and come out well.
Yeah.
You don't have the quality of Man City or Arsenal or Chelsea. So
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna get conceded on. So Brentford are a good team. They're defensively solid. Uh, and obviously, I don't know how much of a role this is gonna play. Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, Seth Vandenberg, all ex-Liverpool players. They might want to show what they're made of. So
Yeah.
these are that striker, Igor Thiago, is a really good striker. Anything in the box and it's a goal.
Yeah.
So keeping all these factors in my mind, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I'm not too
Wow.
confident with.
I think so. You guys are gonna beat Brentford. If you ask me for my prediction, I would say 2-1, 2-1 to Liverpool. That's what I would say. I think so. You guys are gonna concede first and then score two. Yeah, man, Kamal. I think so. That's all from today's conversation. We had a really lovely conversation about what's happening with Liverpool Football Club, and of course, um, good to have you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining as
Yeah,
well. And we'll I think so. This is the beginning of a lot more of conversations that we're going to have. We're gonna connect very soon as well. And yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it from this video. I think so.
yeah.
Do let me know that whatever you think about Liverpool Football Club, how they're gonna face Brentford. Do you have any opinion on Arne Slot and the way he's running the team? Let me know in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like this video, share it with your loved ones as well, and also do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. We'll meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye, guys.